I was born in Elkview, West Virginia. I work for Transportation Security Administration. Have 4 children, 2 of which are now legally adults. I have a grandbaby, and I have 2 kids that are one in middle school and one in high school now. The apartment complex looks nice from the outside, but the tenants are not necessarily favorable kind of people. The kids played in the parking lot. That's the space that they had. Anytime my kids were outside playing, there was always an adult that I trusted out there. I was out there most of the time as well. A neighbor about 3 doors down from me had people coming and going quite often, and a young guy I noticed had been making trips around the corner of my apartment because I was on the end of the apartment, and then coming back after a while. And so I went out my back door and literally caught him with his hand in a baggie counting out pills. And I confronted him and I told him to get that away from my apartment and keep it away from my kids. Otherwise I was gonna call the cops on him. And the very next evening I had a literal truck full, a crew cab truck full, front and back, of grown men stalking my apartment. I had issues in my particular apartment with black mold. Could not get the landlord to take care of the black mold issue. And during the process of fighting with them about the mold removal, I found out that my oldest daughter was pregnant. So I had added concerns for the baby she was carrying. You know, I'm doing the best that I can possibly do for my kids. My number one concern in life is making sure my kids are taken care of. I just felt like they were just there to collect the rent. They didn't care what happened as long as they were collecting the rent money. Living there and the intimidation of the truckload of men was enough to make me realize that, you know, I can't do this on my own. So that's what got me started with talking to people and finding out about the Habitat for Humanity program. So I moved into a home that was a temporary place to live until the house was finished here. About a month and a half later, she had my grandson. So we brought my grandson home from the hospital. And then this past May, we were at work and I felt my phone vibrate. It was a text message from my daughter's friend telling me that Jordan and the baby had been in a car wreck. I said, okay, where are they taking him? And they said that they were taking Keaton, which is my grandson, to Women's and Children's to be checked out. And they were taking Jordan to Charleston General. And I said, why not Women's and Children's, have them together? The paramedic kind of got like a somber look on his face. And he said, because that's the trauma hospital. So I go to General, I park in the parking garage, I go running into the emergency room, and she's not there yet. So I go outside and I'm standing there. I heard Health Net go over, and I thought, oh dear God, no. I know what that means. I don't even remember how long it was now. I just know I was there forever. It seemed like I finally got to go back into the trauma ICU to see her, and she ended up with no less than 12 fractures in her left hip and pelvis. She has 3 pieces of metal now holding all of that together, basically. She spent 11 days in the hospital. 6 of them were in ICU. She had to go through 3 surgeries. And while she was in the hospital, we were taking care of her baby as, you know, basically like she would take care of him, acting kind of as a parent. Well, I spent a lot of time sitting and waiting and praying that she's okay. She had a great doctor. and she made it out of the hospital the day before her high school graduation. So we have gone through 12 weeks of physical therapy to get her walking again. It's been a roller coaster for the last few years, and this one was the hardest by far. I don't know how we do it. We just managed to pull it together and get it done. I'm just ready to start in a home that I know is safe for the kids. Yard that they can play in, that I don't have to worry about, somebody running over them, and actually have a place where we all can sit down and play a board game together or have dinner together and not have to worry about something falling apart or something making somebody sick. It's nice, it's clean, it's healthy for them, it's an attractive home. They're ready to have their own space because they haven't had their own space. I think everybody's situation is different. We're all individuals. We all have our own issues, our own blessings. The people that I see in this program seem to be getting a hand up, putting kids in safer environments where they can learn and play and better themselves, and hopefully get to a point where they graduate high school and graduate college and become good, upstanding citizens. You never know when you're going to have the doctor or lawyer come out of a situation like this, something that you're going to need. So when you give, you're also getting back in return. You don't have to donate thousands in order to help. $20 donation, $100 donation, that goes towards something that makes someone more self-sufficient, makes a family more self-sufficient. Prior to having a conversation saying you should apply for this, I really didn't know anything about the Habitat for Humanity program. So this was all brand new. I kind of just jumped in with both feet, learned as I went along. If you feel like you want to be a homeowner instead of paying rent and throwing money out the window, you should just apply. You should try it. Take that chance. You'll make friends, you'll learn, and you'll end up with a beautiful new home that's yours. For the last couple of weeks, I haven't had to do sweat equity because I'm so close to everything being finished, and it's been awkward not being on the job site and helping work on whatever's going on that day. So I feel kind of out of place, lost a little bit. So I do think after I get things settled here, get moved in and everybody's kind of comfortable, then I'll pick back up and help. Maybe not 16 hours a month, maybe one day a month, whatever I can do. But I do see continuing helping. It's so cliche, everybody says, I appreciate it, thank you very much. But I don't know that they really realize how they change people's lives by doing this. I'm just one example of a life that's been changed. My kids and I are examples, but there's how many other homeowners out there that have been changed for the better because of people that donate money, volunteer time, all of that. I just feel like it's by the grace of God that somehow we always manage to make it through. Thank you doesn't really convey how I feel. Everybody I've worked with spent a lot of time getting to know. They spent a lot of time getting to know me and what was going on in my life at that point. I appreciate everybody for that. You guys aren't just volunteers to me. To me, you're family now. I appreciate it.